Hi, this is the Don and Dave Show, sponsored by the Prescott Sunrise Lions. My name is David Snyder, and I am a CPA, MBA, and EA with David A. Snyder CPA. And Don Schaefer, our other host, with an agent with Bloom Tree Realty, could not make it today. So I'm going to take over, and I'm here with George Wiant, who is a founding member of the Prescott Sunrise Lions, and we are all members of the Prescott Sunrise Lions. Please go to PrescottSunriseLionsClub.org to see the projects we participate in, as well as we're going to talk about some of them today. Our upcoming events will include the tax credit program, where we encourage the people of the Tri-City area to take advantage of the Working Poor Charitable Organization tax credit of $800. This year, it increased to $800 for married filing jointly couples and $400 for all other tax statuses. Also, our club will continue our calendar project, which includes beautiful pictures of the surrounding areas of the Tri-City area, and it provides monies to help our projects, including eye and health and hearing care for kids, the 4.0 dinner, and many other projects with nonprofits in the area. We at the Prescott Sunrise Lions, would like to invite you to our club meetings, which are held at Waffles and More at 7 a.m. every Thursday. You will find that our club is friendly, gregarious, and inviting, but also very engaged in the Prescott and Prescott Valley communities. We joke and laugh and fully understand our purpose in the community, which is we serve. If you want to be part of such a group, then become a member of the club. Our guest today is George Wiant, one of the founding members of Prescott Sunrise Lions and current member and mentor to all of us. We are going to talk about how the club was started and the history of the club through current times. So, George, tell us a little bit about the origin of the club when it started in 1961.
At that time, there was only one Lions Club in Prescott area, and that was the Noon Lions. They didn't like to be called Noon Lions, but that's when they met. They had about all the members they wanted, so some of us got together and formed Prescott Sunrise Lions Club in March of '61. Now you've got clubs in how many in Prescott?
We have 3 in Prescott.
Prescott Valley.
Which is our club, the Sunrise Lions, the Evening Club, as well as the Noon Club. And then we have 1 in Prescott Valley and 1 in Bradshaw. One is called the Bradshaw Club. Prescott Valley Midday, I think the Prescott Early Birds, I think it is. Prescott Valley Early Birds is the one in Prescott Valley, and then there's a Chino Valley Club. So in the Quad City area, it's I'd say 6 clubs.
Six clubs. That's quite a growth since 1961.
Absolutely. They all spread out of the Noon Club, apparently, huh? What is now the Noon Club?
That was the founding club in the area. Lions has grown because people feel that there's things they can't do by themselves and accomplish. So they join with other people with similar interests, like Lions Club, and bind together and projects. I mean, we've built bridges over off of Grove Avenue. We've done the nature trail. We've done a lot of things. Individuals believe in a lot of these things and the health fair, but it's hard for an individual. I suppose you could compare it a little bit to politics. How much difference can I as an individual make in the political scene? So I join with others.
Absolutely.
And the Lions Club is not the only one. There's Kiwanis, there's Rotary. And they have different, shall we say, goals, but they all are all the same. And that is to make Prescott the place we all like.
There's a joke that goes around that in the community that Kiwanis thinks of the project, the Lions actually do the project, and the Rotary gets the credit for it. So, and let you know that George is totally correct in what he says about the growth of the Lions Club, because we are the biggest service organization in the world with 1.4 million members in 210 countries around the world with about 47,000 clubs. So, what was our first project as a Prescott Sunrise Lion?
Let me go back just a step further. The founder of Lions was Melvin Jones from Chicago, a businessman like yourself who had an idea, saw a need, and started the first Lions Club. And this is what you were describing. All around the world it has gone into.
Yeah, it's grown since 1917 when we started, yes. Almost 100 years.
Yeah. And to honor him, if the club feels that you are worthy, you become a Melvin Jones Fellow.
Which you have right there.
And
I have right
and
here.
you have there also. And it of all the things that happened to me during my years in Lions, that one meant an awful lot to receive that. I helped charter a Lions Club in North Canton, Ohio in 1954. I was a charter member. Treasurer came out here in 1960 and we started this club. We had about 30 members to start with. And our first project was Sweet Annalines and Barbershop Quartet in Hendricks Auditorium, which is at Mile High Middle School.
Which was high school.
High school at that time. It was the high school. And everything was going beautiful, except the weatherman forgot to cooperate, and we had one of our famous Prescott snowstorms. And people couldn't get to the show. We had more actors than we had people watching it. But we had fun. We lost money, but we had fun, and it was off and running from there. And when you talk about projects with this club, projects have come and gone as the membership of the club has changed and as our community needs have changed. I mean, we've done everything from selling fresh frozen fish on the street corner on Grove Avenue.
That's great.
Yeah, fresh frozen fish. I remember that one. Halloween candy, projects. The club has always been involved with projects. It's more than a breakfast club.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now you're doing calendars, newspapers.
We're doing the tax credit program.
Yeah, tax credit program, yeah. Probably the two that I am most proud of are the nature trail. And this is one of Prescott's best kept secrets. If you go up Senator Highway to Groom Creek, go a little further, there's a sign that says Schoolhouse on the left. We built a little over a quarter mile nature trail there. It was featured nationally as the only high mountain nature trail in the United States. And it's all paved and it's open to the public to go up there. You walk around, you get a feeling for the forest, the large trees and the chaparral, and it's a nice place to visit. You don't have to be a lion, you don't have to be blind, although it is handicap accessible to anybody with wheelchairs.
Hence the payment, right?
Yes. And
you were telling me that you lugged all that around when you built that, when you helped build that.
Yes. All that asphalt was wheelbarrowed in, and I think I still have a bad back because of it. But it was just a pleasure, and it's a pleasure to take. We used to take bus loads of people from the different adult care centers up there. I don't know if that happens now, but it should. It should. If you have visitors from out of town, this is where you should take them, is up to the nature trail, because it will give them a feeling for the life that we love here. It's nice. The other thing that
our club is getting new signage. We're in the process of putting new signage.
It's being updated. It's being updated, yes, and I'm glad. The other project that our club had started back in the 60s, there were dinners for athletes. Athlete of the Year, Football Hero of the Year. There was nothing for scholarship. And so we founded the first scholarship breakfast. Now it's gone into, it's still recognition.
Yes.
And scholarships.
It's our 4.0 dinner
yes,
that we have now.
It's changed the name, but it's the same thing.
It's for kids that have a 4.0 all through high school for the local high schools, Bradshaw and Prescott High School. And we do that in April of every year. And it's a great project for us. We really enjoyed that and working with the kids and seeing them. And I know the upcoming year my daughter's going to be involved in it because she's got a 4.3.
Whoa, that's impressive.
With AP courses, so I'm really happy with I'm really happy with her.
You should be. You should be proud, and you should also be happy that I'm a retired Prescott High School teacher. Not great.
You would have been hard on it. Yeah.
But no, these are big projects, and gee, Kratz, I mean, we had the Sweet Adelines with the health fair. That's another one. The health fair was huge. We used to hold it up at the Catholic elementary school on the hill. And year after year, we would do eye testing, and we would have doctors come in and do blood pressure and foot inspections and just everything. The hospital has now taken that over. But that was a big project, and it got so big that we had to encompass the Lions from all the other clubs.
They do one at the mall now. I think I went to it about 2 years ago, and they did another one this past year where they just had, it wasn't even booths, it was people just set up that did their particular job at the hospital, or they give you, maybe they might, I don't even think they even took blood. I think it's more like they take your blood pressure and a couple other things, and then maybe they don't run you on they do a maybe a little bit of cardiology thing, sitting cardiology thing, but if that's even the right term. And then they have a health fair at the old Toyota Center. So health and something else. So I mean, a lot of stuff that the community-oriented programs have been started by the Lions Club that was here.
That is true, and there are people who, for one reason or another, reluctance on their part, don't like to go to a doctor or to a hospital, but they would come to the health fairs and still do. And for example, my job was usually to test eyes, and we had the equipment to do it. And I would make it very clear, I am not a doctor. I am not an optometrist. But I would test their vision, and it's amazing. I wouldn't even guess how many people were referred to doctors. They didn't realize that they had a problem because it had come on so slowly. But this was a real benefit to our community people and get your blood pressure taken. Who takes their blood pressure? It doesn't.
My wife.
Your wife, yeah, but it's.
She has a cuff because she was in nursing school for a while.
Oh well, that makes it special. But these are things that people know they should do, but they don't do it. And the health fair, regardless of who is running it now, is a great project for our community.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and to extend on what you were saying about checking eyes for the kids in the area or the people in the area, we're doing that too. We bought spot machines to check the eyes for the school nurses to go around all the students in the area. We did that about 4 or 5 years ago, and we're updating that now for the school nurse. They just go around to all the schools in the area and spot check them at 1st and 2nd grade. Because of your start to our club, these projects have been continued and as well as expanded.
Well, that's the thing. We don't need to and neither one of us is here to take credit for anything, but only to point out how they got started.
Absolutely.
Another project that I'm proud of, every first grader receives an American flag.
And that continues to today.
And that is continued today. And it was probably, I mean, it's just heartwarming. I remember walking into one classroom one time and with a bunch of flags for the class, and kids are all excited. They have their own American flag, and we talk about the flag and what it stands for and the Pledge of Allegiance. And the teacher had her flag that she received when she was in the first grade.
That's awesome.
You know, you never know what is going to stick.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that really meant something to her. And this is what Prescott's about. Prescott, I'm very proud of Prescott. I've been here since 1960. And I often tell people when I got here, it was so small that it only had one T on the end. It was small. But it still has that small hometown feeling where people do things like health fairs and flags and eye testing, and it's still here. Now, what do we do to raise money to pay for this? Because not one single penny of project money ever goes into administration. We have different accounts.
We don't have any. We don't have anybody that's employed.
No.
By the club, and all the money goes to, related to projects. Goes to the needy that we have.
Yeah,
in
but
the
we've raised money on things like I mentioned, frozen fish sales, Halloween candy, tamale sales, broom sales, light bulbs, American flags, and I can't remember.
Bed races, right?
Bed race, oh, the
Turtle
bed races.
races.
Yeah, going down Goodwin. And dunk tank, white cane. We still do white cane.
Yes.
Yard sales, tamale sales, turtle races. Now, there's one that a lot of people don't have in the history of Prescott. We had turtle races.
Turtle races, that's cool.
That was over on Goodwin, too. But projects have changed. Some have changed as the community changes and as the makeup of the club changes. And it's not any project has failed. It's just our community is alive.
It's changed, yeah.
Yeah. And the first scholarship breakfast we held was in 1962. And I remember that because I was the incoming president in 1962. And that was the first meeting over which I had to preside. And we had no idea whether anybody would show up. And we had parents and students, and the club members ended up going out on the sidewalk because the restaurant couldn't take care of us. But that one, we need to recognize scholarship as well as athletics.
Absolutely, and I totally agree with that. I mean, the youth of today will be the leaders of tomorrow, as well as they'll be the scientists and the people that help other people tomorrow. So, because we can't do it all forever.
Now the district, Arizona is divided into 3 districts. I understand it's going to 2.
Hope not.
Hope not, but it may. Sponsors a camp up near Sholo.
Uh-huh.
And I don't like the term, and many other people don't either, but it's referred to, unfortunately, as a handicap camp. And this is where students from all over are allowed to go and spend a week in the forest.
Yes. And it's a wonderful camp for a lot of people. I've read stories in the Lion that talks about how a kid 30 years ago went through the program, and then went to that camp and it's changed their life. It
again, the youth of our country, and of course being a school teacher, I feel this way strongly. That's our future. I'm going to be long gone. But it's these kids that are inheriting our culture, our government, everything. And we'll run. It really does get me sometimes to go to a doctor and He was a former student. It's hard to see them that way, but that's normal. That's the way it should be. We have also been fortunate as a club to sponsor some of our members into district offices. We have 3 districts. Each one has called a governor. We've had a number of district governors come out of our club, a deputy district governor, and one of the few clubs.
Were you a district governor?
Deputy. I was a deputy.
You were the deputy.
I was the deputy. But Joe Preston
started in our club, yeah.
Started in our club, and international president of all Lions clubs in the world, right here in Prescott.
And started in our club, and then went on and chartered another club, and then he went through all the schematics of being a district governor, as well as a lot of other positions, zone chairman, all those other positions that help leadership skills as well as provide experience, and then went on to become in the circle of the Lions Club International, and then became Lions Club president. He just finished his term about a year ago.
Yes. Now, your pins, my pins, and this is just a few of them. I've got about 300 more at home. What we would do, we would go to conventions, and I've been to Indianapolis, Las Vegas, Phoenix, and the fourth one I can't remember, whatever. And we trade Lions pins with other people, and we get pins from their locale. And it's a way of meeting people from all around the world. I have pin that I got from the president of the International Lions, who was from Japan. And it's companion, getting together with a goal. And that's what it's all about.
I think he was the president this last fiscal year, and the fiscal year ended on 6/30. So I think there's a new international president, and the one from the Japan did a great job, and we're just real happy that we're real happy with the leadership we've had in the last. Well, I've only been in the club since 2011. But over the last 50, 60 years, I'm sure that leadership's been really effective.
Well, you would be a perfect example, as far as I'm concerned, of you could do a lot of things for our community and our country individually, but you join together with others in a service club to accomplish more.
Yeah.
And I would really encourage other people in Prescott to consider membership, hopefully in our club, but in any service club, so that you can join with others. And our country is still a grassroots. We call it Prescott everyone's hometown. The United States is our hometown. And we can work together and do things and have fun at the time.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I really agree with you there. In terms of, did we ever have a Leo club before?
We had a Leo club very briefly, and a Leo club depends upon a club sponsor and a teacher that wants to get involved, and that's true of Kiwanis also with the Key Club. And
although we want you to be a Leo.
Yes, all Leo, but it's one thing when you're in high school. High school kids are not joiners as much as they used to be. But we need the guy that is in his 20s. And heck, I was 28 years old when we started this club, and we need those people, as well as the young kids and the senior citizens, and there's a job there for everybody.
Absolutely, but starting a Leo club also helps channel those kids into more into leadership positions eventually in the Lions Club.
That's true.
And
That's
other
very
service
true.
clubs. So yeah, if you provide a grounding of service to others, then that could perpetuate through their entire life.
Well, our club is actively now trying to establish a Leo club at Prescott High School.
And we did.
And you don't sit back and say, kids, come to me. You have to go to them.
Yeah, that's what I did. My daughter was there, and I said, this is a time to take some leadership position, and she took it wholeheartedly. It's just difficult to get them in the summer when they're working, because I usually do all this activity here in terms of running the cameras and directing and all that.
You
as
need
well
to
as
give
other
an
projects like the
opportunity.
paper
You need to give people opportunities, and that's what service clubs are about. Our motto is "We serve."
Yes,
and that's just two words that really spell it all out. And that would be true of the other service clubs too.
Yeah, but especially Lions. Come on.
Especially Lions. Well, I've gotten in trouble for saying the only difference between them is the way we spell the word. But I have respect for what Kiwanis do and Rotary and all those. They are good working people. They should be lions, but they're good working people.
That's better.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, I live in the past. I'm 84, and I live in the past, and I remember all these things, and the past is fine. That's history. The present is life. And do it and enjoy and leave a mark in the world. The future is hope. So there we have it. Past is history, the present is life, and the future is hope.
Now, if you would like to be part of the future of the Prescott Sunrise Lions Club, please come and join us at Waffles and More at 7 a.m. every Thursday. We meet and we talk about our projects. We talk about what's going on in everybody's life, if that comes up, and then we direct and we get groups of people to work on our projects. So please come see us at Waffles and More in the future of the Prescott Sunrise Lions and help grow Lions, and because we do really a lot of things in the communities, and we really enjoy having new members that can help with the projects and bring in new projects. I would like to thank George Wiant for coming in today.
Thank you.
Talking to us about the history of the Prescott Sunrise Lions that started in 1961, 55 years. 55 years. I am David A. Snyder, CPA, and I'd like to thank you for joining us today, and we will have other shows in the future. Thank you very much.